The plane is an aluminum tube.
Yep, I know. I built them.
Thank you. It's an aluminum tube. The Pentagon walls were 18 inches thick of concrete and steel. And they went through 8 of those walls and then came out the other end, a hollow aluminum tube.
Right.
Yeah, this is a video everyone that believes in socialism or communism should listen to. Another great patriot from Cuba. I swear, 99.9% of the people I meet from Cuba know what its theme means, know what it's about. And so you have this young man that grew up in Cuba and escaped that insanity. And it's nice to listen to Americans, how they respected this young man, what he had to say. And right after that, we have a guy that used to build aircraft. And we got talking about 9/11. Now, it would be impossible for a hollow aluminum plane to go into the Pentagon and do the damage it did. But just another conversation I have out there with, people, you guys. The heart and the soul of this country. And the reason we're not going to be defeated. And if you like me being out there, it'll help me to stay out there by doing all the appropriate things, by, hitting the like button and sharing, because, they are taking our subscribers and then contributing. And search me out on Bitchute, because I'm going to start posting over there, because I can imagine my days are numbered on YouTube. So, can't do anything else. Of course, pray for me. And let's get to this. I'll see you on the other side.
The problem is, like, a lot of people just go to school, they study whatever they know, you can find jobs out there, and then it's easy to say, well, it's the government's fault somehow,
Right.
I come from communism, let me tell you, it's not a cool idea.
Yeah.
I'm from Cuba, and I was raised over there. It's not fun.
Yeah.
No.
Anything that's for free, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you don't pay for it, it's nobody.
Right.
And nobody takes care of it.
Right.
Like I tell everyone, nothing that is wrong, unfortunately, nothing that is wrong by the government, not even motor vehicles, functions properly. So, are you really want the hospitals to be run by the government?
Yeah.
Well, you're a wonderful young man.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody appreciates it more that I run into a lot of Cubans from Miami, and
Yeah.
nobody appreciates it. Everybody comes from a repressed country, comes here,
Right.
appreciates what we have, and
Right.
a lot of the people who just grew up here that were spoiled.
They're spoiled.
Yeah, if they don't know.
Yeah. And then
I always thought you ought to send people, like, before they graduate, send them to a third world country for, a summer. Let them see what it's like.
Send them to Cuba, let me tell you.
Yeah, right.
there we go.
Well, the way I tell you, I had a million jobs.
I was a
Indeed.
dishwasher, pushing cars at Walmart, whatever. And you just, gotta do what it takes. Learn English, not because it's wrong to speak Spanish. I'm proud to speak Spanish. It's actually pretty good. But, you learn, you do whatever you gotta do, and then you just live your life. What you cannot do is don't do anything and be whining about, not getting things, not handing things to you. That's,
you don't get food stamps.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Food stamps are there for the people that really need it, but
Right. Until they get back
right,
on their feet.
and I'm all for that, but
Yeah.
there is a limit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And It's unfortunate what's going on.
I know.
It's just
I know.
unfortunate.
One day, let's hope everybody wakes up
Yep.
before it's too
Oh, the economy's doing it.
God bless you.
You know, it's amazing. The people who don't study history are the ones that are falling for. It's amazing also that people don't recognize that we have to re-evolve. You know, you look back to the roots of America, they're actually the roots of the world, and you'll see how every single generation, the parent wants to put their child in a better situation than they had. That's a natural thing for a parent to do. And when we evolve to the state where our children have everything, they become blind and think that everything is plentiful. So the answer is sharing. And so there's socialism. It's kind of a retarded socialism that's reared its ugly head here in the United States. It's not really socialism, but I think that it's been the clouds of dirt have been erupted for people to be blinded by the communism that's underlying, because this is the way life should be. And truly everybody wants everyone else to thrive, but you got to earn everything. The great thing would be is the parents have a root in working in a McDonald's or something like that, or even tending to a field somewhere so they know what work is, and we've just kind of evolved to a culture that doesn't have that, connection with the ground and working and toiling, So you get too much of it, and this is why the man is so popular, and I love him to death. And that is the reason why.
Make it like he's not very popular, though.
Of course, the media is run by all those spoiled idiots.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened.
Hey, the first thing you said, those that don't study history. If you study history, you've seen this happen over and over again. But they're using the technology today to keep people trapped in that mindset.
Right, you say it over and over and over and over again, soon somebody's going to believe it. That's the way life is.
Plus, people are getting into what Judge called the electronic ghettos.
Yep. I know.
Yeah, go out and find the truth out there.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything you read.
Right.
Oh, it's out on the internet. Yeah, but who put it out there?
Yeah.
Look at how,
true.
you know what I'm talking about now. You look what's happened. All the fingers were pointing at Trump. All the fingers were pointing at the people that he knew. And now now that everything has finally turned back and they're focusing on this biatch, then I'm a Catholic. I speak for the American people. Pelosi.
I'm a Catholic who likes to kill babies.
Oh my gosh. No. So now what they do is they're flooding the airways full of this purist crap, and everybody else, because they don't know any better, they're looking at that saying, yeah. I vote for that person.
Everybody, people
not that
are seeing
there's
through
been
it.
5 years of bullcrap.
But look, CNN, Yogi Bear rerun cartoons had more viewers than CNN.
Yep.
In the last, when they did the last ratings.
Yeah.
So their viewership, but people also have an innate ability in their gut to know what to feel, what is true or not. And when the low IQ followers, they're going to get fooled. They're going to listen to the BS they hear on there. It's going to go right past them.
Yeah.
But most people have an innate ability to go ahead and sense when they're being lied to. When something's being hidden from them.
So you're old enough, you can answer me this question. And I think because Republicans are more of the spiritual community, that I want to say more of a Christian community.
They are. But they're also, anytime you get into labels, you get into group things.
I know.
That's another thing that he will bust out of,
And I like all this. I like this whole thing has just been laughable. I don't. I watch CNN. I watch MAC. I don't watch it extensively.
You can't.
No, you can. It's like, what? And then so you go back and watch something like Fox, or there's other stations around, conservative stations around, and you watch and you go, yeah, I heard that. What's up with that? And then when the information's presented, you're like, how can places like CNN stay in business? You know, because they got rich people keeping their doors open.
Yeah, they're being funded. But even, I spoke to a news director of Fox from San Francisco out here a few weeks ago. And even he admitted to me that TV news is dead. It's dying.
Yep.
And that even Fox is lying to you. Rule of thumb, if they're taking commercial money, they're going to be holding to that commercial money.
Yep.
That's why people are now going to social media or going to the independent news networks that take donations directly or ones that sell their own products. So if you're going to really get the real truth now, you want to listen to the people that try to shut up.
Yeah.
Case in point would be InfoWars. If you're familiar.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, why would they take them off of all of these social media networks? Obviously, they're saying something they don't want you to hear. Well, those are the people you want to listen to.
Yep.
I mean, they've taken down like 800 conservative sites.
Really?
Yeah. In the past few months.
Who? Now, who has?
Well, Google, the big tech.
Yes,
you know,
I got you. Yeah,
big tech.
Yep.
They have taken down over 300 Trump ads. They won't run.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So, you know, when you hear from several different sources out here on the streets, and you don't hear it from these guys, you got to go, well, what am I listening to them for? I mean, if they're going to lie to us about 9/11, which is the biggest lie of all.
I think so, too.
Yeah. I mean, if 3,000 people get killed and they're telling us that 19 hijackers do it, and we know that ain't possible.
And then, so you believe we went to war for nothing, too?
Well, yeah, we went to war over a lie, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, about the weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah. I mean, we went through a
There
war
wasn't
over...
anything that we couldn't disprove unless we were there.
I mean,
The rest of the world, too.
They found the hijackers alive after the fact.
No way.
Yes.
Okay, I'd never heard that.
Yes. They were on the news. They were on BBC. They were doing interviews.
Okay, so what I've seen, and I know my better judgment tells me that I'm right about this, that the Pentagon was not hit by a plane.
Was it? No way.
No.
Impossible. But for one...
But they put a memorial up there.
Oh, yeah. Well,
names.
one, they're trying to tell us that a 747 flew from here to that building down there in a straight line 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Well, that's aeronomically impossible and dynamically impossible. Plus, the engines hung 11 feet below the fuselage. They would have been scraping to the ground. Plus, where are the wings that would have, gone into that 16-foot hole that went through what? The plane is an aluminum tube.
Yep. I know. I built them.
Thank you. It's an aluminum tube. The Pentagon walls were 18 inches thick of concrete and steel. And they went through 8 of those walls and then came out the other end, a hollow aluminum tube.
Right.
See, physically impossible things they wanted us to believe.
Well, now you got the Googles and everybody else shutting the stuff down.
Thank you.
The rabbit hole is very deep.
Thank you, but
very deep.
But the rabbit's already in the hat. I mean, most of it. Yeah, thank you.
4 more years.
You know, one of the quotes he said when he was running, this is a quote, and it's one of the things that made me go, oh, okay. You elect me president, you will find out who really brought down the Twin Towers.
I didn't hear that.
That's a quote.
I like that.
Yeah. So...
Because I think it was the Justice Department. I think it was even.
Well,
it was a lot.
A lot deeper than that. I'm reading...
I know. That's part of it.
I'm reading this book here right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty damn thick.
But yeah, it's gonna. And I already know a lot of what they're already saying in there, but you know, I'm sure going to find out more because you can't read a book this thick without finding out something.
That's true.
But
I've heard so much that contradicts everything that was settled upon, everything that's being told to a child, everything that's been sold to a school, everything, all the words and everything's just.
If you haven't gone to Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth yet down there,
yeah.
Can we have this?
Yeah.
We've had so much trash thrown our way, and to keep our president from doing the job, which hasn't. I mean, he's fulfilled his promise, but I think there's other stuff that he's been working on.
Oh, sure.
That the reason why this is going on right now with all this impeachment and all the other bullshit that's gone down is to keep him busy, so he can't open up other files and show people. And I really believe that.
Their whole thing was harassment from the get-go. I mean, even Pelosi came out yesterday and says, "Yeah, we've been trying to impeach him 2.5 years." Did you ever think about governing?
That's it.
Jesus, you know. So yeah,
Idiots.
I know. Yeah, well, here's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. Good for any crime in the world. And check out my YouTube channel on the back. And you can support me in many ways.
This is a get out of jail free by identifying yourself as Hillary Clinton. Oh,
yeah,
I like that. Well, all I know is that when I feel like I've been given the truth, you know, I don't have the money to go screaming or get a broadcast station or. You know, so this is absolutely, you know, one person at a time.
Yeah, that's how we do.
So you're doing your thing, and that's admirable. What's your first name again?
Mike.
Mike, I'm Nick.
Pleasure to meet you.
People see through it. They know the truth. Thanks for stopping by. Remember to hit all the appropriate buttons and go to the description. There's several ways that you can contribute to me. You can become a regular payer at PayPal or Subscribe Star. It all helps. And then pray for me. Thank you very much. I'm praying for you. See you on the streets.